thank y'all for coming out tonight. I know we're really excited to get things going. Tonight's going to be more of an orientation, as you can see, so we can make sure we know what we're doing. Tonight's more of just getting to know what SGA is and what your role will encompass, and we'll touch more next week on exactly what you'll do on a day-to-day basis in terms of being a senator. So let's start. We'll do introductions and all that later on, but let's start off with this first. If you have, by the way, any questions or concerns, just let me know during the presentation. I'll do my best to answer any questions. Hopefully I'll know the answer. Might not know the answer. I'll refer to Pearson, and we'll get that going. First of all, we'll have the first volunteer of the year. Anybody want to read this mission statement? Oh, and y'all.
Serving and promoting the individual student, unifying all that is Auburn.
Okay, so that, round of applause for our first volunteer. Enthusiasm. So that means a lot to what you'll be doing over the year. Obviously, that encompasses everything in your mind, what you'll be thinking about, whether it be a bill, resolution, whatever the case is. You'll have this in the back of your head, making sure you're doing this throughout. So we'll start off with the structure of SGA. I know we have a lot of people that have not been involved with SGA at first, or maybe not as much experience as others, and there's some that have 20 years experience. So we'll start with the structure. Obviously, well, not obviously, but at first we'll say we are we're in the legislative branch, Senate, Schools Council. There may be some school council members in here, but that is what we're a part of. And then the executive branch consists of president, working with cabinet, and the judicial branch is in place to make sure the Constitution and the code of laws and everything is conducted properly. Legislative branch, that's what I'm in. I'll get into my role a little bit more later on and what I do on a day-to-day basis as well. So we'll start off with the executive branch. They're going to come up one by one with a short introduction of who they are. So we'll start with our president.
Honor to be serving as student government president this year. I just want to start out by congratulating you. It's a real honor to be sitting in these seats, but I also want to commend you for stepping into an election and really going and hearing the student voice during that week. You have a great year ahead of you, and President Smith is going to do a great job leading y'all and making sure you have all the resources you need. And I can't wait for you to meet my executive team because we are here to support you in everything that you do. I sat in these seats last year, and it was an opportunity for my mind to truly be open to see the impact that the student government has on campus, but also to see how many different perspectives there are at Auburn University. And so that's your task. You're no longer just representing yourself or your friends. You're representing over 30,000 students, and specifically the students in your college. And that's a big job, but it's a job that I know that each of you is going to do so well. I did write down a couple things that people had told me last year that I wanted to share because it's going to be a lot of long days, but the year's going to fly by. And the 365 days have already started, so I know that y'all are going to get a lot done and really make an impact. But I just want to encourage y'all to make sure that you go ahead and start now in deciding what matters. And I hope that I know it will be, but the student voice and how you're going to bring the student voice to every decision you're making. So whether it's a code of laws change, whether it's funding for an SAP, really considering how that impacts the students. But I also want to encourage you, this was the best advice that I got last year, to be completely yourself. I remember coming in and putting on my blazer and business professional, and that was a little bit of a change from cabinet, and feeling like I needed to change into Mary Margaret the Senator with a name tag on. And whenever it clicked that I wasn't elected to necessarily serve in a business professional role, you fulfill that, and you follow parliamentary procedure, but you are called to bring all of your passions and all of your interests to this room, so that way you can advocate on behalf of everyone. So I would just encourage you to be yourself, because that's when you're going to get the most out of it and find the most growth, but then challenge you to really be open-minded and understand other people's perspectives and the perspectives they're bringing in. But I can't wait for y'all to hear a little bit more about my team and some of our goals this year, but also how we're going to be able to collaborate. So collaborate within cabinet, within Senate, but also within these ADP and committee roles. It's going to be a great year, and I can't wait to work with all of y'all. Where are you all?
help with a project or linking the school's council, meeting with the committee that you'll be with, within matching between cabinet and senate. Whatever I can do helping that drafting legislation. I'll be trying to help out as much as I can in any way possible. So any term or any time you need some help, I will be there. Yeah, so make sure you just bear with me. This is new for me as well as it is for you. So I know it's going to be a little bit of growing pains, a learning curve, but hopefully we get over that hump and then we next I'll introduce the treasurer. Short.
Hey guys, I'm Hunter Short, and I'll be serving as SGA treasurer this year. Super excited and want to thank y'all for all y'all support in the election. Congratulations to y'all as well for y'all's elections. A little bit about the finance branch. So I'll be overseeing basically the day-to-day operations of our finances and the money management. And then I'll be working with the B&F committee, budget and finance. That'll be imposed to you guys. And that's really for the allocation of the student activity fee across all of the 6 different SAPs. And we really want to make sure we do that efficiently and effectively. Also, my office is the last office on the right. Somewhere down in the back of the student involvement suite for now. So if y'all have any questions about anything, I am learning and love for y'all to come learn with me and answer any questions that you may have. But again, my name is Hunter Short. Email's up there if you have any questions. You can always send in Auburn answers as well, and we'll get whatever you want taken care of or try to find a resolution to it. So thanks, guys.
Next up, our chief of staff.
My name is Jordan Kramer, and I've been nominated to serve as the next SGA Chief of Staff. Last year I had the opportunity to serve as the Executive Vice President of Outreach, and the year before that I was a senator for the College of Liberal Arts. My role as Chief of Staff would be to support the efforts of Mary Margaret and this executive team while identifying opportunities for Senate and Cabinet to collaborate. So I'm really looking forward to it. One thing I need y'all to go ahead and be thinking about in preparation for next week's meeting is what the student body wants SGA's executive goals to look like this year. So in the next month, this team will announce 10 or 20 objectives that we'll focus our administration on. And you all were elected on platforms and issues that we need to hear about. So thanks in advance for your feedback. I'll be here next week for that. And yeah, thanks.
Next nomination for the EVP of Program Strategy.
Hey all, my name is Catherine Neal, and I have a privilege to be nominated for EVP of Programs. So for those of you that don't know, programs are kind of the tangible things that the student body sees when they think of SGA. So it's payday, your freshman forum, your homecoming. And all of these things are so unique because they cultivate a place where students are able to gather, and in that it is embodiment of the Auburn family. So you might be thinking, like, what is your role in this since that's cabinet? And I believe that each of you have a crucial role in this. Y'all represent students all over Auburn. Y'all are the representation of them. And I believe that feasible change comes in relationships. And so I try to encourage y'all to come to these programs and meet the people and have those critical conversations so that y'all can come back into this room and shine Auburn in the light of the day. So thank y'all. I hope to see y'all at all the programs, and best of luck to y'all.
Thank you, Kat. So next nomination for EVP of Initiatives.
Hey guys, I'm Julia Lynn. This year I'll be serving as the Executive Vice President of Initiatives. I'm really honored to serve in this role, and I'm really excited to work with all of you. Like they've all said, each of your roles are very vital to the whole process. I think it's important that you realize that what you do every day representing the student voice is what's going to help every other position in SGA move the student voice forward. So basically in initiatives, there's 3 different areas. There's campus life, academic affairs, and operations. So anything dealing with those areas, I'm going to work very closely with the EVP of Outreach to get data from what students actually want, and then I'm going to work very closely with you guys to pass things out of this room to process things across the finish line. So basically, I'll just take the resolutions and the legislation y'all pass to administration and try to make those things happen. So whether it's
collaboration with Senate over the past 2 years. So I really encourage you guys to get to know people within cabinet once they're chosen in a couple of weeks and really figure out how you can work with them. So how Outreach is going to be working with you guys is this branch is directly responsible for contacting and working with each of the 30,440 students at Auburn University, figuring out what they want, what they need, and just serving them in the best way that we possibly can. We're going to do this by putting out surveys, putting out polls, and hosting various events for students to give their feedback to us. So like Julianne said, I'm going to be giving that information to her so she can work with her different branches, and you guys can pass some awesome legislation that truly does represent the needs, wants, and desires of students. So like everyone else, my email's up there. Please call me, text me, email me, whatever you guys want. I'm here for you. I want to meet all of you, and I'm really excited for the year. So thanks, guys.
Alright, War Eagle everyone, my name is Jack Wilmings. I'm so honored to have been nominated to serve as the EVP of Communications and Marketing this upcoming year. So my job's main responsibility is to share the story of all different facets of SGA. And one of my big goals coming into this position is to make sure that we equally share the story of all different branches and divisions of SGA. So right now we kind of have a really strong focus on the programs division, and one thing I want to do is expand that into marketing our Senate efforts a little more. So that looks like really making sure that we nail down posting weekly Senate reports on the website, and then also upping like social media content, like a weekly Instagram story with legislation that was passed in Senate, and even covering some budget and finance hearings that some of you, depending on what committee, will be participating in. So like everyone else, my email's up there. Please email me if you have any questions, want to talk, and I look forward to the possibility of working with all of you this coming year.
I'm so honored to be nominated to serve as Executive Secretary. I served in Cabinet 2 years ago, payday, and then was in this room this past year, so it's really fun and exciting for me to get the chance to circle back to Cabinet. I just wanted to encourage you all, this is a really exciting time. One of the pieces of advice that I loved coming into the Senate, and I'm sure you'll hear Pearson and Brad and Carlos say it, but just really take this opportunity to not speak on behalf of yourself, but to speak on behalf of the students. And I think that's one goal we all have as an executive team, is to be really engaged. So although I'll be working mostly with Cabinet, one way I will have a little bit of a hand in Senate is helping plan AVP, which is Cabinet Assistant Vice President positions, if you don't know, and committee chair meetings. So we're going to try to have clear communication from the start between these two groups, because I think it's really important if you're sitting in one of these seats to be really well informed on what's going on in SGA. So if you have any questions about Cabinet now, soon, please contact me about it. And throughout the year, if you're kind of confused about who you need to talk to, I can be the point of contact for you to connect you to someone in Cabinet. So please reach out, and if you need help with anything you want like to work on as a Cabinet member to help you with something for an office hour, I would love to talk about that with you. So anyway, I'm so excited for you all, and I hope you're excited to get the year started. So thanks all.
So that is us. Now, we're gonna have to, like I said, I don't know if this is exactly yet, so we're gonna go through in kind of an order that we just went. This way, kind of stand up once you say your name, major, what you're representing, and your favorite genre of music. So, yeah, start with left.
Alright. So I'm Joe Jackson. I represent the Student Veterans Association with the Senate liaisons. So basically our entire thing is, with every other liaison, we're representing a bunch of your students, almost all of those students. So we just try to make sure their interests are met and whatever they need is given to them. What was the other one? Genre of music? Anything that sounds like it's hit music.
My name is Andrea Breedlove. I'm a Spanish International Trade major, and I'm the liaison for this international student organization. And my favorite genre of music at this point to be alternative, but I really like things like this sing to. It's really sing what I like.
My name is Sam Nunn. I'm a sophomore studying, I'm not really sure yet. I'm in college business, figure that out soon enough. But I'm an at-large senator, so we basically represent like all the students across the board and work on stuff with that. And favorite genre of music is probably classic country.
I'm Hayes Casson. I'm also a sophomore, representing at large, like Sam here. I'm an accounting major, and favorite genre of music is probably rap.
Hey y'all, I'm Molly Sullivan. I'm also a sophomore, and I also don't really know what my major's gonna be yet. I'm also in pre-business right now. I'm a student at large too, and I guess my favorite genre of music would be like probably hip hop rap too.
Hey y'all, I'm Jakari Help. I am a senator at large. I'm majoring in political science. And you know, I'm not going to say what my favorite genre of music is. I'm going to say my favorite band is the Alabama Shakes.
Morning, y'all. My name is Maddie Taylor. I'm a sophomore, double majoring in chemistry with a pre-med concentration in history. I'm representing the College of Science and Mathematics. And my favorite genre of music would have to be classic rock because I just saw Fleetwood Mac in concert and it was amazing.
Hey y'all, I'm kidding. I'm Annie Osmond. I'm a biomedical science major for dentistry if we make it. I'm representing COSAM, and my favorite genre of music is definitely like 2000s R&B, like Chris Brown, Neo.
Hey y'all, I'm Kennedy Gill. I'm a freshman. I'm a major in biomedical sciences with a concentration in pre-med, and I'm representing COSAM. I would have to say my favorite music is country music.
We'll start there. Yeah.
Hey y'all, my name is Will Beatty. I'm a civil engineering major, freshman, representing all of our awesome engineering students out here. And I gotta say my favorite genre of music is classic rock.
I am Landon Kramer. I am representing the College of Engineering, major chemical engineering and music. Have to go pop, specifically Taylor Swift Reputation.
Hey y'all, my name is Shiva Patel. I'm in electrical engineering, representing the College of Engineering. And my favorite genre of music, Sam's gonna hate this, but it's kind of the new country, like the pop country, like Thomas Rhett, can't get enough of that.
What's up, everybody? My name is William Ote. I'm a senator representing the College of Engineering. I'm a senior in software engineering. Getting out of here finally. Music. Like anything rap, hip hop, especially Drake.
Hello, I'm Sam Strunk, majoring in software engineering and economics over here with the engineering people. And let's see, I think I did everything besides music, right? Music would probably be classic rock.
Hey y'all, I'm Mary Kate Saville. I'm majoring in chemical engineering. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. Definitely engineering though, and then I like a little bit of everything, but right now my favorite's probably a little bit of alternative or the songs to sing in the shower playlist on Spotify.
Hey y'all, I'm Maggie Rowell. I'm a sophomore nursing major representing the School of Nursing, and I am definitely like a folksy country girl.
She also got into nursing school this weekend.
Hi, I'm Lauren Campisi. I am the pharmacy senator. I went to Auburn for undergrad, so I'm in my like 5th year. So I feel really old. Y'all made me feel really old just now. But I don't really listen to that much music, so I do like the Spotify top 50 thing. I also like the middle school turn up playlist.
And my favorite genre of music, I like a little bit of everything, but probably my favorite too is classic rock.
Hey, my name is Caleb Kreitz. I'm a freshman studying political science. I'm representing College of Liberal Arts. And my favorite music is probably like 60s, 70s, acoustic, so like John Denver.
I'm Tevin Wallace. I'm a sophomore major in political science. I'm representing College of Liberal Arts. And favorite genre, I'd have to say 90s country.
Hey y'all, I'm Catherine Singh. I'm a freshman, double majoring in law and justice and business admin, and my favorite music is anything John Mayer.
Hey y'all, I'm Hope Ward. I'm a junior. I'm majoring in PR and I'm representing liberal arts, and my favorite genre is country.
Hey everybody, my name is Bailey Thompson. I represent Auburn University Housing, and I'm a junior in chemical engineering, unfortunately. My favorite kind of music is alternative.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Christopher. I am representing the Honors Congress, which is like the governing body of the Honors College. I am a sophomore majoring in political science with a minor in marketing. And I like pretty much every genre except country, but I make an exception for Chris Stapleton. So. Yes.
Alright guys, my name is James Sadie. I'm majoring in finance, and I represent the College of Business. And I like listening to pretty much anything in music. Just in the shower today, I was listening to the Bee Gees, and we hit up the greatest rapper in Montgomery, Doe B. So we mix it up. We have a lot of Doe B. Wonderful day.
Can't apologize. I'm Kat Bryant, and I'm a sophomore studying finance and representing the wonderful Harvard College of Business. And my favorite music is anything that you would hear at a wedding reception.
What's up, guys? I'm Rhett Wagner. I'm a freshman pre-business major and representing College of Business. And I really like all kinds of music, but like folk, indie, alternative, are my favorite.
Hey y'all, I'm Jordan Willoughby. I'm also a sophomore representing the College of Business. And if we're talking music, definitely alternative, but Taylor Swift, I'd have to say Speak Now, not Reputation. Speak Now.
Hey guys, my name is Andrew Dismukes. I'm a freshman. I'm finance, representing the College of Business, and I would have to say indie rock.
Hey y'all, my name is Becky Hawkins. I'm representing the College of Agriculture, and I'm an agriculture economics major. And my favorite genre of music is like late 90s, early 2000s country.
Hey, I'm Mackenzie Langley. I'm a wildlife ecology and management major. I'm a junior. I'm representing the College of the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. I don't even know school. And my favorite music is probably anything Frank Ocean. Whatever tell me that is.
Well, Al, thank you also. You already made connections with your counterparts already. Some disconnections a little bit from back. Alright, so one thing I do want to do right now, thank y'all for standing up. It's encouraging. That's what you got to do a lot this year. Stand up and say what you think and what you believe in. So it's kind of the debate side of things. I know we didn't really debate anything just now, but you may think something different than someone else. So let's just keep that in mind and respect others. One thing I do want to do is probably the only time I was considering this over here, but if you have it on you in this chart, can you pull out your cell phones and put my number in your phone? This is the only time I do this. So my number is not on here. It's I'll just let me know everybody. Let me know wait a second. Everybody should be good. So my number is 251-509-6636. I'll say it a couple more times. 251-509-6636. Last time. 251-509-6636. So with that, send me your name, and another thing I want you to send me is what made you want to be a senator. So if you already, you can send another message. It's not that has to be one text. Just let me know, maybe just a brief summary or a couple sentences of why, what made you want to do this, or what made you want to get involved in being a non-voting member liaison. I'll review those, make sure I save them all. So thank you for sending that through. So for the rest of the night, I'll let everybody send through that. You don't have to send the, matter of fact, yeah, you don't have to send the lie right now. Send me your name and send me the lie later so we can get this process out. anybody not get my number? Okay, so that's more of the introductory side of things. I know it's going to still take a while to get everybody's names for certain people, but just keep it in mind. Try to do as much research as you can. And remember by genre who you connected with. Remember their name. So now we'll get into more of what's kind of expected of senators. So start off with saying, I believe everybody is kind of good for the night, but Senate is business attire, business professional attire. I know we've spoken that a little bit in the email I sent you, but for those that may not have enough, also by the way, or have enough clothes, there's a campus career closet on campus, and we're going to put a little plug in right now. Through the Career Center, they make sure that students can come in and rent, or not really rent, but you can borrow clothes for things like this. So just making sure you have those items to be able to attend these meetings. If that you don't have it, just let me know. It's not the end of the world for business casual. But I'll go to kind of a thing of what is expected. So here's a business professional versus business casual look. So for guys, it's kind of a suit, or for females, you see it up here. We'll send it out. But yeah, just to be able to look at this and make sure you're staying within these boundaries. And it says right here, business professional Senate. But if you have to go meet with an administrator, say, it's kind of more of a business casual look. So I would have, well, not myself, but maybe you have khakis or a polo or button down, whatever the case may be. It's just different. Different times call for different dress. So which I was with that. And again, like I said, we'll make sure y'all have this information after the meeting. So that's how that would look with the meeting type of things for our meetings versus administrators. Make sure you're proper dressed, please. Because administrators might take you seriously if they see you in some hoop shorts and an athletic tee. So just make sure we're staying within those boundaries. Another expectation, weekly committee meetings. I know we have some returning people that have been in Senate, but there are a lot of new faces in here, including myself. So I will get into more of what committee meetings look like and what committees are later on. I'm not going to talk about it too much right now, but that is an expectation to make sure you attend these meetings weekly. The next thing is meeting of the executive committee, another thing I'll get into later on, but every senator is required to go to at least one a semester. I'll tell you more about what that looks like also. And last thing is the fall retreat. This is for the SGA fall retreat. You will need to be in attendance April 7th. If you have any issues with that you already know about, send that to me and we can try to work with that. But it's from 1 to 5. That's a Sunday, I believe. Sunday, yes. So it's a Sunday from 1 to 5 on April 7th. So that's the expectations of the senator for now. Just kind of a rundown of that. Another expectation are office hours. So like I said, we'll get into committees later on, but for right now, you need to know an office hour for your school or college. You need 2 a week. So one is for whatever you're representing that you just spoke on. You don't have to accomplish things. And we're trusting you that we'll send out a Google form that you can fill it out and tell us what you really accomplished throughout your office hour at your school, and weekly get that in. And the second one is an actual office hour in the suite. So there'll be a binder upstairs for you to sign, and make sure you have your time in and time out of what you, how long you were there. So we're just making sure, please. I trust everybody in here to get things accomplished, and I think we have a really good group. But that's why we're sending out the Google form to make it easier, so you don't have to go to your school and then walk all the way up to the involvement suite and sign the binder. So make sure you get those done, and whatever you don't get done, make sure you send those out. The president of Pro Temporary will kind of monitor all that. I'll get into what that position looks like later on as well. Some already know we'll get into that. Is the attendance policy that we'll speak on. So you're expected to show up to every Senate meeting, and this is kind of where we want to make sure we're setting the precedent of coming here, being dedicated to what we have going on, because this is really important for the student body. Of course, I understand there are things that come up that you have to attend, that you feel like you have to attend, but you ran this position because you were dedicated to this and serving in your position for your college or whatever the case may be. So here are the guidelines of what is expected of the attendance policy. It says you're allowed 3 unexcused absences, but we'll get into the specifics. If there are any questions on this one, by the way, this can be confusing for some people as well. But if you miss a Senate meeting, that's one full absence that will be being for senators who miss the Senate meeting. It's just unexcused. That's one. The next one is committee meeting. Like I said, I'll get into committees later. But if you miss that committee meeting, that's half of an absence. So if you miss 2 committee meetings, that equals 1. So that would be, say you missed the Senate and then 2 committee meetings, that's 2 combined. And then office hours, if you don't complete your office hours, that'll be a third of an absence. So if you don't complete your office hours or 3 times, that is a full absence. So I believe I hit on everything with the attendance policy. Any questions on how that works with the adding up stuff or anything? If you do, just let me know. Like I said, excuses should be emailed to the Senate Pro Tem. Pro Tem is what I call that position for short. I'll get into their roles later on as well. As I told y'all, we'll be working with nominations on that later on at the end of the meeting. But yeah, make sure your excuses should be emailed. That will be reviewed if your excuse is valid to be excused or not. So I'll get in that later. Emailing policy. So I got one of my goals is making sure everybody's growing, not just within Senate and outside Senate, but just professionalism, because hopefully these skills that we gain in this room throughout the year will help us outside and beyond this term. So one thing that's really important is emailing policies. I want to make sure that everybody gets it straight, that if you send an email to an administrator or whoever the case may be, you know how to copy. All right, I'll go over it. Blind copying and BCCing and CC are 2 different things. So CC me and Pearson Brown. I don't think did I introduce you? No.
I introduced myself last week, but
Yeah,
hey everyone, real quick, I'll speak more in a little while. My name is Pearson Brown, and I'm an advisor for SGA and specifically work with Student Senate. So I'll share my email at the end and just about in regards to when to email me and talk to me and things like that. But, yeah.
We'll touch on details on that later, but basically, when you send an email to anything SGA related, make sure you copy myself, Pearson, and if you're not the committee chair that you're assigned to, make sure they're in the loop of everything so we know what you're working on, and if there's anything that we may want to add or you might need to hold back on, we'll just let you know. So keep us in the loop, please. Can't stress that enough. Next thing is proofreading your emails. Obviously, if you have 55 grammatical errors in an email, you might not be taken seriously. And I know you might be passionate about it. I do it all the time. Make sure today I made sure I had the right date on some things. So make sure we're good on that end, and you'll be good with the administrator, whoever you're trying to contact. Proofreading is important, and response time is also important. Typically, within 24 hours when you receive an email is the time given to send an email or respond to an email. So try to be wary of your time that you're sending them as well, not truly trying to get into a week later, or you might not be taken seriously, but make sure we're going professionally, like I said. Signature is what we'll get into next, but when you send these emails, set signature that you should make sure that you have at the end of it, just kind of showing your name and information and all that. I'll get into what exactly is expected of that, but it'll kind of have, like it says, your name, position, contact information, and SGA social media. So here's an example of that. So mine would be, say I need is Smith Carlos, not a senator, but my position, SGA, and then the social media. So if someone were to, that can spark, you don't know what that. If someone wants to go to Facebook or Instagram, then social media is another important factor of that. So just make sure you fill this out. We'll send this out also so you can kind of just fill it in. So it'll be a little easier. You don't have to memorize this off the top of your head. Any questions so far? So next we'll talk about the next. Is it not? Okay, way too many. Next, we'll talk about the structure of the Senate. So as you can see, I'll be presiding over these meetings like I spoke on earlier, and then I'll talk about what is actually entailed in these positions that we have over here. So I said there are 6 committees. These are the Executive Committee, Academic Affairs, Budget and Finance, Labor Laws, Inclusion, Diversity, and Student Affairs. Next week, we'll kind of get into where you'll be assigned to. I'll give you some sheets and kind of let you know, let you preference what it is, what you would rather do, and if you want to be the chair or not. Get into that later. But I'll talk about these. I'll go into detail with all of them so you know next week what you want to preference and what you'd rather do. And then I'll talk about, after that, the Senate staff, who we're kind of missing because no one has been appointed. Well, we have Morgan here. So this is Morgan. She's helped out this past year and has done a phenomenal job. So hopefully we can just keep that going with the rest of the Senate staff and make sure we wanted to already help out last year as well. So if you have any questions, or if you know anybody else that has interest in these positions, please make sure to let them know that these are open. But the more terms, so as you can see, there's 34 people in here, 29 of which are senators for schools and colleges, and 5 at large over here. And then there are the liaisons, the non-voting members that are at the bottom of this slide. I'll talk about what their position entails more later on as well. So we're going to dive into what exactly is in these positions. Well, I'll kind of talk about Morgan's position also, by the way. As you can see right now, she's keeping the minutes. So making sure that we're taking note of what's going on in here, and anything that is necessary will be sent out after the meetings. Keep minutes. Just making sure if you have any questions, just let her know, or in terms of the minutes. If you guys let me know. Technician is, well, we have Maddie who serves as a technician as well. Make sure eye-clickers is what you'll get also later on, but eye-clickers, so you'll have attendance and how you'll vote and all things of that sort. That'll be handled previously before the meeting, so that'll be laid out, and we'll get those taken care of as soon as possible. And parliamentarian is what Jakari served as. Just kind of make sure Senate can run smoothly. If there's anything I don't know that's not off the top of my head in the Robert's rules, which we'll talk about, and the procedure, make sure parliamentary procedure is always followed. So those are those positions, and then I'll talk about non-voting members later on. But now we'll get to the committees. So first is the executive committee. This includes the president pro temporary committee chairs for the 5 others that I just stated, the secretary, to make sure that we're keeping the minutes from this meeting, and then myself. This is kind of a setback position for me in this meeting in particular. This will basically be run by the president pro tem, and a lot of things are going on in this meeting in terms of what will happen for the next Senate meeting. Well, it'll be weekly with these committee chairs and those people listed as well. Most weekly to review legislation in order of business before it hits the floor. So if there are any issues, this isn't really reviewing the legislation saying I agree with it, just making sure it constitutionally matches up with what can be brought to the table and that it's appropriate. The president pro tem will work with myself and the committee chairs and then the rest of the Senate staff to ensure that it's running smoothly. So we'll get into all that more as well. Next up is Academic Affairs Committee. So Academic Affairs works on legislation that enhances the academic experience. There, as you can see, examples of what events that the Academic Affairs kind of oversees throughout the year, but also working with cabinet and other areas in SGA. It's not just this committee, but others as well. But these are a couple that you can see up all night in the Auburn Intern Housing Initiative that they oversee, trying to make sure everything works better. But within these committees, everybody's still working together. So Academic Affairs may need help with someone else, and it'll kind of hand in hand with that. Any questions on Academic Affairs? As you can see, there's previous legislation of what's been accomplished. I hope we can make that list a lot longer this year. Next up, we'll work with the Budget and Finance. So the Budget and Finance Committee, B&F Hunter, like the treasurer, just kind of spoke on that a little bit. Went into, budgeting time off for today for sure, but I know that it's kind of very important for our student organizations to make sure that they have their voices heard and the right amount of money allocated to themselves. So if they work with things like this, I'll make sure we go over SAPs, which is the student activity portfolios. As you see up there, there's 6, I believe, total. So the 6 are governance, programming, student media, leadership, student organizations, and service. Governance includes Black Student Union, International Student Organization, and SGA. Programming includes UPC. Student media includes Eagle Eye, Auburn Circle, Weagle, and Glamourado. Leadership is Emerge at Auburn. Student organizations are just student organizations. And then services, AUDM, the Dance Marathon, Be Better Food Drive, Impact, and ASD. So these will be kind of working with them, making sure that their treasurer is in the loop of what's going on within their funds for the year, and everything's properly adjusted. Any questions on budget and finance? Cool. Code Laws Committee. So any questions? Responsible and for altering the code of laws and making sure it's always up to date with what's going on campus. So this committee really works on adjusting and reviewing what's in our constitutions and making sure everything is up to date so that we're not left behind with other peer institutions, or there may be something that's even just a grammatical error that someone catches. It can either be the substance or the grammar, whatever the case may be. These will be brought to the floor. Hopefully there will be a ton this year, and not, well, in terms of updating, not grammatical errors. Hopefully there will be a lot accomplished within this group. I would highly encourage everyone to try to get as involved as possible with most of these. As of this past year, many of these are not just limited to one. So with that, it would be kind of a home committee that you'll work with, and if you have a preference, if you'd like to say, hey, I have passion for both of these, you can really help out with any of them, but make sure there's a base that you have, because within meeting with these committees weekly, it's not like you have to attend both. You have to attend that one that is your main, and then that next, maybe second or third, you're still in the loop with what's going on or how you want to help out with that. So we'll do that preference next week because I'm going over, like I said, what these committees consist of this week, and then you'll kind of prep that. And I'll touch on the non-voting members as well for this year. So part of what I ran with is getting them more involved, and this is just there for now, but by the end of this year, I want to see at least double the number of liaisons that enter these Senate meetings on a weekly basis. So what I want to do with them is make sure they have a chance to get involved with these committees as well. You'll have a preference sheet as well, not just with the senators, and make sure you're getting involved with what's going on in those types of committees also, and you'll have a voice in more than just giving a report a week, but trying to see whatever you can do to bring to your bring from your organizations or whatever the case may be into Senate, so it'll be represented better. Any questions on code of laws? Next is the Inclusion and Diversity Committee. I know it's a lot that goes into this. As you can see, it's pretty good work with the Office of Inclusion and Diversity. Outreach branch within cabinet. These are just examples of how you'll get to reach other areas that's not just Senate, but also working with other branches and other committees. And then there's previous subcommittees have worked with campus relations directors, so if you want to get involved with that, we're kind of under the process of making sure we're organizing our cabinet and all of our positions correctly right now. But I just want to basically get the point across, don't limit yourself to just what's been done in the past. Make sure you're still advancing or whatever you want to do. Just make sure it's constitutional, of course, but here's some other terms. I know we have the NAU, that's kind of one of the previous initiatives and legislation, the NPHC Legacy Plaza. I'm sure a lot of you have heard information about that. There's always more to learn. We want to make sure we do as much research as possible before we bring these to the table. And excuse me, and hopefully this will help out and get things accomplished in the student affairs. And I believe finally we have the Student Affairs Committee. So Student Affairs advocates for issues that students experience on a daily basis. So this is your dining and transportation and parking type of issues that aren't just, and basically things outside the classroom. So that's what Student Affairs works with. Works with the Division of Student Affairs on campus and the initiatives branch within Cabinet. Another way to get involved with Cabinet and not just sticking within Senate. I highly encourage you again to try to reach out to these committees that are in Cabinet and try to work together, because that's how we can really advance quicker. Instead of just, because you may catch yourself working on something in the Student Affairs Committee in here, and the same thing's happening in the Student Affairs Committee within Cabinet, and we would look not to be harsh or anything, but we look like fools if we email the same people the same information, inquiring about the same stuff. So make sure we're on the same page within Cabinet and ourselves and whoever else, because if we work together, that's kind of what that surf mode unified mission statement a little bit. It's all together in that. So there's not really a limit in terms of what goes on in these. You have a lot of realm of what you can get accomplished, so don't hold back with that. There's some examples of previous legislation as well. Recognizing our Auburn Klansmen financial literacy resolution, which is revamping as well, fire safety and election laws. I know we had a big revamp of elections laws this past year, so and a lot can be accomplished through these committees. Just make sure you can think outside the box, because it's really fun to see something that you can ask our that's max. If you see something that you put a lot of work in actually coming to fruition, especially with the election law. So that's cool. So next up, that's committees. Any other questions on committees? Like I said, we'll kind of give y'all that option next week in terms of what you think you may want to work with. So next is the non-voting members. I'll touch more. I know I kind of just gave a spill on what I want to see out of the non-voting members in the future, not just the past, because it's a new position somewhat. These liaisons have just been introduced not too long ago. So we're trying to make sure that they're not having too much on their plate at once, but still enough on their plate. And I've actually had a chance to sit in on a meeting with some from this past year, and I was asked, or they were asked, what could have been done better or worse, and we got great feedback on that. And everyone said they wanted more on their plate. So that's why I think getting involved with these committees, if y'all would like to, make sure just keep in your mind which ones you think would be better off for your specific organization for this next year, and we'll work on that as well. So they, I'll let you kind of gave an introduction a little bit. No, that's all. So that's fine. We'll just go with everybody else. We don't really have, we don't have a freshman committee yet because that'll be for next year. So next fall is when we get the freshman committee, and that's how that'll go. But as of right now, we don't have anybody representing that, but I know we have some from this past year that have done a great job, so we're going to keep that up. Really good to see young, fresh faces in Senate that are trying to get involved as early as possible with their involvement on campus. So that's a really cool thing. If you know anybody, by the way, coming in from your senior year that doesn't know what to expect, definitely get them interested in this because it's a very cool tool. But it'd be very cool to see them come in with an expectation to succeed in all of it. So that's that. We don't have our election union rep in today, but we can go. You already went through, so I'll let you first start with exactly what you want out of this year.
So obviously, like, there's a gap between the international students and domestic students. So my job is to kind of make that gap as small as possible as far as in between the international student organization and the SGA itself.
So Bailey, if you want to go ahead and say a little.
Yeah, so housing's primary goal is just trying to represent the people that live on campus, since their experience is sometimes a little bit different than people who live off campus. And I know it's kind of a small demographic here at Auburn compared to some universities, but because of that, we kind of have to push to get them more, like, to progress a little bit more, to catch up to, like, other universities.
And my goal is to help you guys better represent your constituents because every college has people involved in the honors college. So just helping that smaller minority in your colleges have a voice.
So with that, as I said a second ago, I want to see at least this presence of underrepresented or just underrepresented organizations or whatever the case may be multiplied as the year goes on. So you may see some new faces as the year goes on, but with that, I want to make sure I stress the purpose of why they're in here, as you can read, to increase the number of perspectives brought forth through the incorporation of non-voting Senate liaisons from different organizations. So with them, they're not just here to make sure that we're keeping you in the loop, but you're keeping them in the loop as well of what's going on at SGA, and together we'll make sure that they feel more comfortable on campus and that they're getting their point across as to why they're here. So yeah, expectations, we'll see student feedback and recommend solutions to whatever can be adjusted on campus in their areas, or they may bring. I know student vets is a great initiative that I would love to see coming to fruition is the seat in the stadium. Yeah. If you want to speak on that, just like for a second.
Yeah, sure. So if anybody hasn't heard of it, I know the returning people probably have. So we're trying to get an honor chair put in the stadium in Jordan Hare for pretty much all the people who haven't been able to return home, like POWs, MIA, stuff like that. And it's just a really great initiative. So
Something like that. Yeah. Something as simple as that you really don't think about on a day-to-day basis, but it's definitely something that can go a long way with someone that has been affected by that. Not even just family-wise, but seeing something on read an article. It could just be really important to make sure that they feel comfortable on this campus. So that's just one example of why they're in here, and I really want to make sure that it's a safe space for everybody and get their implementation of their ideas in the city. Any questions? With that, if you have any ideas on more organizations, I've been trying to come up with some myself, but any organization that you feel to be represented, or anybody that's come out to you that said, I want to have more of a role in SGA and through Senate, or whatever the case may be, and make sure that, or say they don't feel represented as much through our SGA, please let me know. I've already done my research on some, but it doesn't hurt to hear it twice, so definitely let me know, and I'm going to try my best to get as many as in here as possible, basically. All right, legislation. So there are 3 types of legislation. There are bills, resolutions, and commendations. We'll get into, like I said, the nitty-gritty of all that next week in terms of what's called a bill, what's called a resolution, what accommodations are. But this is basically just so you're comfortable with the 3 different areas of what it is. Bills kind of work more on adjusting code of laws a little bit, types of things, allocating funds or whatever the case may be. And then resolutions are kind of just make sure student voice is being opinionated through our student government, things that need to be changed, whatever the case may be. And commendations are just kind of recognizing recognizing an organization or whatever the case may be, something that is going on campus for something great or something along those lines. So we'll get into what PSSB and all that stands for later, but it's not too hard to pick up on. I know we'll have a learning curve, like I said, but just look out for that and ready for next week to get into that. It's a Pat, bless you. Pat to the floor, so start off with you as a senator. You'll hear something maybe from someone, and you'll make sure that you get that really drafted well, and all the grammatical errors are out, and everything along those lines. Those committees that I spoke on, you'll make sure you bring those back to your committees, review them, make sure everything's solidified and everybody's on the same page. That would then go to the executive committee that I also spoke on earlier. Like I said, they don't really talk about the substance of the legislation, but really just making sure it's all ready to be brought to the floor, and then it'll be brought to the floor. So we'll have that together. We'll make sure everybody knows how to make legislation as easy as possible for yourself. I'll, like I said, try my best to do any help in constructing this legislation and drafting these bills, or whatever the case may be. So I'll be on the lookout for that. There will be templates that we'll give out to begin with eventually, so you can have more of a understanding on how to even start. Because I know it seems like it could be a lot for those that don't even know how Senate works. So we'll make sure you get those, and you'll have a brief copy of Robert's Rules of Order as well to make sure that everything's procedural and it follows the Constitution. All right, so this is a quote from, any questions on the legislation, by the way? No? Cool. So this is a quote. Anybody want to be the second volunteer of the year? No? Nobody wants to be the second volunteer? No, you're the first? All right.
Okay. The way senators take initiative, learn from each other, and set out to solve problems efficiently in the Auburn community is something I will take with me in future leadership roles and jobs.
So I'm a big advocate of not staying in the same place even from a year from now. I know if you come in to this year and you're the same person next year, then you just went backwards. So what we'll make sure we do is we're always progressing. And as you can see, I'm really big on professionalism, leadership roles and jobs in the future. This isn't just for you being a senator, as Mary Margaret touched on. This isn't just you having business professional on every week and putting on your name tag and just being that role is what you are after this role, which really defines what you got out of this year. So that's really important to me. I know we all look like totally different people. I know it seems that we're going to have a long road ahead of us with some of this, but I promise that this will go by as smooth as possible if I can handle it, which I will handle it. So I'm going to make sure I'm as equipped, like I say all the time, to be a leader, and that'll get y'all to be leaders in the future as well. So now we're just going to go into some announcements. Yeah. So all files will be in Box. Some of y'all may not know what Box is. It's kind of a sharing platform, so you'll have a lot of material from previous senators or whatever the case may be that you can kind of refer to if you have problems with anything under let's see here, just drafting a bill or whatever the case may be, how to contact, or points of contact that may be in there. So we'll give y'all the way to get into Box soon. You'll have a way to access that. Any questions on Box? It's a watered down version of explanations that I'm kind of getting on some of this, but I promise it will be all clear. So now, I want to make sure we have our advisor Pearson go up. So I spoke that we'll be doing the pro temp nominations tonight. I don't know if anybody's had a chance before they come here to kind of think about who they would like to nominate, but we'll have nominations and they'll need to be properly seconded to be in effect. So by that, I say I want to nominate Kirsten to be the next pro temp. Someone needs to say seconded, and then they will be officially a nominee.
Okay, real quick before we nominate, just take a couple seconds to either read, or we could get some more volunteers for this term, just to read aloud. This is the overarching view of what the pro temp does per the SGA Code of Laws.
Oh, not really reading. Who wants to be the third volunteer? Nobody? All right, Mr. Sadie. All right, let's do it, fellas.
Okay, I should have brought my glasses.
Hold on, I got you.
Okay. President Pro Tempore shall be elected by members of the Student Senate from within the membership of the Student Senate. The President Pro Tempore shall assist the Senate President in their duties and preside over meetings in the absence of the Senate President. The President Pro Tempore of the Student Senate shall, before each meeting, meet with the President of the Student Senate to determine what action has been taken by the President of the Student Government Association and the President of Auburn University on bills passed by the Student Senate. The President Pro Tempore of the Student Senate shall then report to the Student Senate action taken upon said bills.
Thank you. That's that. So now we'll move into nominations. Anybody have? Nominate Jim Sadie. Second. Second. Okay.
Can I humbly decline
You may.
the motion?
You may. Okay.
Thank you, though, Hayes. I do appreciate that.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Amy Huntley.
Second.
You accept.
I'd like to nominate Sam Nunn.
Second.
Sure. Anyone else? Okay. Thank y'all for that. So next week, for those that have been nominated, make sure you come in with a speech and kind of why you want to do this, and make sure you can hit on what will be accomplished. I'll contact you two individually, probably tomorrow with an email with more information on that. Any other announcements or anything like that with that in terms of President Pro Tem? So yeah, now I'm going to bring up Pearson.
And real quick, before I give an announcement, just to talk a little bit more through the year. Normally, Senate meetings will start every Senate meeting with an open floor, and during open floor, any student in Auburn is welcome to come address the room tonight. I know tonight was a little different than normal, so normally we'd do open forum at the beginning, but just want to make sure, is there anyone here that would like to address the room in open forum?
Yeah. I get applause, I haven't even said anything yet. Because I'm popular in this room. Okay, well, I guess Zinner, Auburn student.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, Matt, should come up here?
Sure. Okay. So, you've all heard about from me last week when I was leaving. Today I'm just going to come to you as an Auburn student, as somebody who is involved in Spectrum, Auburn's Gay Straight Alliance, and let you know of a couple events that the organization is participating in. The one that's soonest is on Saturday. That's What a Drag. That's Spectrum's biggest annual event. Annual drag show this year. It's casino themed. It's all raising money for a charity, which is still to be determined at the next Spectrum meeting. So go play some casino games. There's going to be some drag show. Should be a lot of fun. That is on Saturday in the ballroom, 6:30 to 10. You might notice that's a little after the Mardi Gras parade. I think that would be a great follow-up. Stay in that kind of theme, festive, around people in drag. It should be a good experience. The other thing, this is still a little over a month away, but please put it on your calendar. It'll be a great opportunity to learn a little is the Southeastern LGBT Plus Student Conference. That is going to be happening from March 29th through 31st, mostly on the 30th. That's when most of the programs are. There's going to be a lot of good presentations and discussions. Registration is free. You can find it on Facebook. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to talk to me or anyone in Spectrum. Again, you do have some time still to think about that, but I would encourage everybody to attend at least a couple of the sessions because this is a time to learn about LGBT student issues. These are some of your constituents that you should be representing just like any other students. So please take a look at those and think about attending both of those events.
Before I go, is there anyone else wishing to address the room in open forum? Awesome. Well, hey everyone. Got to introduce myself last week and earlier, but like I said, my name is Pearson Brown, and I have the incredible honor of being to serve as one of SGA's advisors. And so through this role, I get to support Student Senate. So I'll be up here every week supporting Carlos and the rest of the front table, running the computer just during Senate meetings, but throughout the rest of the week, my job is really to help each of y'all out, and to help y'all out with the resolutions y'all are working on, as well as just other areas of your involvement as well. And so in addition to Student Senate within SGA, I have the opportunity to work with our initiatives team as well as outreach. And so really excited to find all the ways that we can collaborate with the cabinet, which is something that's been alluded to a lot tonight. So really looking forward to this year. Y'all, just a little bit about myself. I was in student government as an undergrad. I served in Student Senate for 2 years and was pro temp my junior year, and then got to serve as student body president my senior year. And so I'm well aware of just all the great potential that student government has to really make a positive impact on your college campuses. And so really excited to work with y'all in that area. One thing, just real quick about y'all's roles as student senators, is y'all have a lot of responsibility on y'all's hands to represent each of your schools and colleges. And this is something that I hope none of y'all take lightly, because administrators will listen to the resolutions that you pass. So that's why it's very important for us to really accurately convey the student perspective on bills and, that we're writing. It's important that we benchmark other schools to know what they're doing, and really researched and thought through what this change that we're proposing could look like at Auburn, because it will have real effect. So it can be super easy for us to just want to quickly pass a resolution without putting a lot of thought into it or thinking about the consequences. But it is so important for us to take the time to really work through and think through all the bills that we're passing. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, the amount of time that you spend working on bills and meeting with administrators beforehand will be directly correlated to the amount of impact that's going to have on future students. So if y'all are willing to put in the time this year to have meetings both with your constituents and with administrators and bring that all together, I guarantee we can make some really lasting changes on Auburn's campus. So I'm super excited to work with y'all this year. My office is up on the 3rd floor in the Office of Student Involvement towards the end of the hall on the left, and there's my email, so feel free to reach out if y'all have any questions. So thank y'all so much. War Eagle, and we'll turn it back over to Carlos.
So are there any more announcements tonight?
I just want to introduce myself real quick, everybody. My name is Brad Smith, serve as the Assistant Director of Student Involvement, which means that I get to support the staff that oversee SGA as well as the staff that oversee UPC. I've gotten to sit in Pearson's shoes for about 6 years or so, and have recently stepped into this new role as Assistant Director of Student Involvement. So I'll be behind the scenes, supporting Pearson, supporting Carlos, supporting all of you guys. Pearson's going to do an amazing job of being available. But if for some reason Pearson is not available, don't be afraid to go one more door down and come ask me questions that you have as well. One thing I'll go ahead and say, and I know this is probably going to be reiterated over the next couple of weeks as we continue to kind of orient you guys into your roles and what's expected of you. I think one of the most important things that I need to communicate to you for the sake of the SGA executive officers, for the sake of my bosses, Corey Edwards, Lady Cox, and Dr. Woodard that support SGA in their roles with student affairs, we do not want to give them any surprises. And what I mean by that is we cannot have a senator that SGA exec is having to talk about in one of their weekly meetings about being out and being rogue. And what that means is hopefully you guys are going to be really eager to find projects that improve the student experience at Auburn and enhance student success. But there's a right way about going about that eagerness. And the right way is to make sure that you've had all of the internal communications first and make sure that you're not duplicating what another branch is doing or what another individual is doing. And that you're not going out and pushing to an administrator something that's really just a feather in your cap that you're concerned about, but isn't necessarily aligning with the priorities of the organization that have been established, or with the relationship that we're trying to develop with this particular faculty member or administrator. So you're going to learn a lot more about that over the coming weeks. We'll probably be able to provide some good examples of ways that that's not been done well in the past. But just since hopefully you are extremely eager right now to be finding those things that you're going to do to make the student experience better, there's a right way to do it. So please do not be going out and meeting on your own with administrators and faculty members right now in a rogue way, but making sure that you're communicating with Carlos. What are those things that you're pursuing? So that then Jordan Kramer, as chief of staff, can make sure that we're doing that in the right way. So let us know if you have questions about that. Keep these guys in the loop on all the work that you're doing so that we can help avoid surprises, which will end up making you more successful. But I'll be here to support you guys. Thank you and congratulations on ending up in these seats. And thank you for the work that you're going to do on behalf of Student Affairs.
And to echo that, I just want to make sure everyone knows we're going to have a great year. As you can see, it's going to be lighthearted in some areas, just on the personal level, but we still have a job to get done. I'm fully believing that we can do that while having fun, but while having fun, we have to be succeeding. So take what you do seriously. It's going to help a lot of students. Some stuff, you may not really feel like it's a big effect on everyone, but it is really important to make sure that we're just thinking about the whole student body when we're up here and meeting with your administrators or your colleges, whatever. So make sure we're doing that. Any other announcements? Seeing none, I move to adjourn.
Second. Thank you so much.
Is there anything we need to? Yeah, actually, yeah, you're